Hello, welcome to the 17th of May with Nordkap Lodge. It's nice to see you all. My name is Heather Vingsness. I'm acting as the MC of today's festivities. It's nice to see you all. Before we get started, I thought I'd show you some of the features on Zoom that you're using so you can use them in our meeting. So if you wiggle your mouse or on your smart device, down at the bottom there should be a microphone symbol that you can click to mute yourself. Please keep yourself muted unless you're talking. So if you have crying babies or noisy people in the background, we don't interrupt everybody. You'll also see the video camera symbol. That's how you turn your camera on and off. We'd love to see your smiling faces during this meeting if you are able. So that is the start video button. The next button is the participants button. If you click the participants button, you can see everybody here. If you click it, it opens a pop-out screen that looks like this that has the raise hand button. So later, if you want to raise a virtual hand, we can call on you, or if you have something to address the whole group, you can raise your hand. So when we get to the family updates portion, we'll ask you to raise your hand if you have something that you want to share. The next button is the chat button. So the chat button lets you type to the whole group, or you can type to individual people if you would like. And the last feature that you might enjoy is the speaker and gallery view button. It should be up on the top of the screen somewhere. It's a set of 6 tiny squares, and if you click on them, it will allow you to see all the meeting participants, and that way you can see everybody. So I thought today our Nordkap celebration typically starts with a parade, so we can get started with a 2-minute virtual parade. We happen to have a video of our 2012 parade to celebrate with and enjoy our familiar music. You can watch the video or you can join in on our parade. So if you want to parade, let's stand up and stretch our legs, or you can sit here and enjoy the video. But get out your Norwegian flags and give them a shake. The appropriate cheer is hurrah. So we're gonna get started. Let's get parading. I will start the video.
All right, the parade can then begin. That's good.
Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah!
Hip hip hurrah!
Hip hurrah!
Hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! This is our tradition. I
Hurrah! Hip hip hurrah!
Hurrah, hurrah!
Hurrah, hurrah! You guys are amazing paraders. It's super impressive. Great parade. All right, so now let's begin with our national anthem. Everyone is muted so you can enjoy the music. I'm gonna play a video of the anthem. There's a Norwegian and an English translation. You're welcome to sing along if you would like to unmute yourself and if you're excited about that. If you're not excited about that, then you can leave yourself on mute. Remember that the mute button is in the bottom left corner. But let's get started. Here we go.
Amen.
That was awesome, you guys. Super awesome. That was very uplifting. Next here to celebrate with us is our lodge president, Eric Deuce, to give us a welcoming message. Here we go. Take it away, Eric.
Thank you. Welcome to our Sons of Norway Nordkap Lodge 2020 celebration of Syttende Mai, also known as Norway's Constitution Day, or the most Norwegian day of the year. And of course, in a year none of us will forget. The last time Syttende Mai fell on a weekend was 5 years ago. It was on a Sunday, and we normally can't celebrate on the actual day since we celebrate at the lodge on weekends. So how awesome is it that today is the 17th of May? Okay, I know obviously Norwegians in Norway got a head start on us today, with the time change and whatever. But here's what's really cool is it's actually 56 degrees today and also in Oslo. Identical weather, and Google said that we're cloudy and that they're mostly cloudy, but it did look like they had a little more sunshine. So again, they beat us there too. But now for those of you who don't know me, I'm Eric Deuce, and if you've never seen me, on your computer before, this is my first year serving as president, and I'm really glad to be here with you all. Now, I confess we had a board meeting, actually a couple months ago, and we still could not envision how today would ever kind of come together, given the situation we're in. Stuff. And I want to thank Heather and give her great kudos for her desire and her hard work at putting this all together. Man, you wouldn't believe all that goes into making this happen. So thank you, Heather, for that. Next, I don't know if I've ever told anyone this, and obviously I've got my family around here, and it's kind of a confession. I do it by myself or with them. I really don't care. But I've always, kind of a bucket list thing, I've always wanted to be in downtown Oslo on Syttende Mai. There, with all the crazy, excited, mostly blonde Norwegians on Karl Johans gate. That's just something I've always wanted to do. And this is the polar opposite, of that. And I mean, I guess, well, we're Norwegian, so polar is a good thing, right? But, and then you can see, polar, I'm trying to keep things positive, try to keep my, my glass of aquavit half full. So, now we all know the answer to and I'm kind of surrounded by women here. This is myself, but the old cosmic question, if a man is alone in the woods, is he still wrong? Well, yes. And really, whether we're alone in the woods or with our loved ones at home, this is how we celebrate this day. What's interesting is I just stumbled upon a Wikipedia entry on Norway's Constitution Day. And there are all these great high-vis photos of people celebrating, Norwegians celebrating all over the world. Down under in Sydney, Australia, there were parades, of course, in Ballard, Seattle, where we actually have relatives. And then even in, what are you doing, babe? Is that you or me? Oops. Sorry about that. I saw somebody else's screen there. And then also they were celebrating 10 years ago to the day in Afghanistan, the soldiers there. Now, did you all know, not to be professorial, that there are 5.4 million Norwegians, like in Norway, and there are 4.5 million Norwegian Americans. So what does that tell us? Nothing, except that you don't have to be in Norway to celebrate Syttende Mai. You don't even have to be at Nordkap Lodge, / the Swedish club. So because lately we've all had leaders, telling us, what to do and what not to do, and how many feet we need to be away to do it, or not do it. I just have one little mini executive order for you all today. Whatever you choose to do with you and your family, just add ice cream. That's all you got to do. Ice cream. Eastclaim, sorry, I'm getting corrected here. Eastclaim. It's very, very Syttende Mai-ish. That's all you got to do. Now, in closing, I would like to share 3 things, unique ways that I am going to celebrate this day that, you know, to be honest, I couldn't celebrate if I were with all of you. You know, no offense. Number 1, you know, because I control the thermostat in my own house, I'm able to wear my Norwegian sweater that handmade by a relative in Norway. I'm able to wear this all day long. Mm-hmm. Number 2, and of course this is, you know, after my family is, you know, skedaddles and we turn off all the cameras in the house, I'm going to enjoy all by myself a 6-pack of hot dogs. Okay. So number 3, the peanut gallery here. Number 3, you may have wondered, you know, why I have this painter's tape on the wall behind me. Okay. Now, again, you can still go about your day and, you know, pretend to do well, but I've already awarded myself the 2020 Men's, Women's, and even Children's Nordkap Lodge Cod Toss Championship. Okay, so this is how I'm celebrated. I'm gonna hang that puppy right there. So I just want to say, and we just want to say from my family, get in here, Mom. We just wish you and your family a very happy, healthy, wonderful, and fun Syttende Mai. Tusen takk.
Tusen takk.
Ha det godt.
Ha det godt.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, family.
All right. Thank you, Eric. That was awesome. I will take your advice and I will eat some ice cream. I am super jealous of your cod toss winning already, and I will challenge you on that later today with my own cod toss skills. Next up, we have the honorary consul to Norway, Dennis Flesland, to give us some news from Norway. Take it away, Dennis.
Thank you, Heather. That was terrific, and thanks for all of your efforts in putting together this Zoom 17th of May here this morning. As you can see, the weather is beautiful up here in Lofoten and Henningsvær, where I'm trying to broadcast to you from. There are a few things I want to talk about the things that have happened over the last year in Norway. Some are serious, some are just the normal kind of things I talk about. The first thing that I want to mention to everybody is that as of the 1st of January, Norway's new dual citizenship law went into effect. So now people who are Norwegian nationals living in the United States who want to become U.S. citizens do not have to give up their Norwegian citizenship. There has been a lot of interest in that over a number of years, and that has finally gone into effect on the 1st of January. You can go online at the on the Consul General's website or the embassy website and get instructions on how to apply for that, or there's some of the details for that if you're interested in that. The other component of that you may be interested in yourselves, or you may know people who are interested, is that there is a procedure for reclaiming your Norwegian citizenship if you have given it up in the past. The past rule was that if you lived here and became a U.S. citizen, you had to give up your Norwegian citizenship. If you did that, there are some procedures now for reclaiming your Norwegian citizenship. Again, that is all online, and you're welcome to go to the embassy website and get that information and the procedures for doing so. Obviously, though, over the last year, the last few months, the big news every place is the coronavirus. And Norway has implemented a number of rules in order to combat that. They have basically closed the borders to non-citizens and non-residents who are trying to come into Norway in order to stop the process of the disease. If you're a Norwegian national, you are able to come back home, or a Norwegian resident, but as current rules are, you'll be quarantined for 14 days if you return. Norway has really done pretty well with the coronavirus. They have had, Norway has had 150 cases, a total of 8,200 cases so far, you know, and 230 deaths. Norway has had about 150 cases per 100,000 people and a fatality rate of 2.8. Compare that to Michigan, which has had about 500 cases per 100,000 people and a death rate of 9.6. And Sweden, which has had about 289 cases per 100,000 and a 12.5% death rate. So while it is serious, things in Norway are starting to open, schools and businesses are starting to open. Of course, observing the social distancing rules that we are familiar with over here. You can, if you're planning on going to Norway, just check on the website for the current information about how to get there and what the rules and restrictions will be for you while you're on your way. The other matter that I wanted, one of the other things I wanted to talk about today was this year in Norway, the Norwegian government is campaigning for a seat on the UN Security Council. As many of you know, the UN Security Council consists of 15 nations. There are 5 permanent members, and I'm trying to share a picture here if I can figure out how to do it. Did anything come through there?
So if you're sharing your screen, you might have to share the whole screen instead of just this window, because we can only see the folder.
Okay. You see anything now?
Just the folder.
Okay, no, that's not going to work then. It was a good try. Nevertheless, Norway is seeking a position on the Security Council of the United Nations. There are 15 members of that. Norway has not served on the Security Council for the last 20 years, and so they are campaigning for one of the elected positions on the Security Council. That's kind of a big deal to the Norwegian government and a big deal for Norway's role in the world. And that's what's going on in that part of the government. During the last year, Princess Ingrid Alexandra has been confirmed. She is Prince Haakon and Princess Mette-Marit's oldest daughter. One day she will be in line to be the first female queen of Norway since the 1400s. So people are excited about that. She is she's turned 16 now, and she's a very polished and sophisticated young woman who has already started doing some of her royal duties. She has christened a rescue ship already on behalf of the family. She kicked off the Youth Winter Olympics up in Lillehammer in 2016, and has started assuming her duties. And so Norway is very excited about that. And finally, I want to mention that just in February, the Norwegian national culinary team won the gold medal at the Culinary Olympics held in Stuttgart, Germany. There were about 29 national teams that competed, and Norway came away with the gold medal. That's a big deal in the culinary world. And the thing that is probably especially valuable to those guys is that Sweden came in second. So Norway got the gold medal, and they're very excited about all that. That is the news from Norway for this year. I hope we can have a personal 17th of May next year, and no bad news in next year's report. Thank you very much for sharing today, you guys.
Thank you, Dennis. That was awesome. It's cool to hear about what's happening in Norway. It's cool to hear about the princess. I didn't know that cooking competition thing. So awesome. Thank you for sharing.
So that he can call in from Lofoten.
Right? I know.
Yeah,
He's from the farthest away now.
it's a nice day up here. Nice day up here.
So for having that competition, he's definitely winning. So now we want to hear from you. So if you want to share, you can click on participants and then raise my hand to share. If you want to say hello, if you want to say hurrah, if you want to show off your attire, if you just want to say hello, you also don't have to share if that's terrifying. But let us know how you're celebrating. Here you go, Mary.
Hi, this is Mary, and I have my Roosalua. I just wanted to share with you that I found it, luckily. And I just want to talk, like, I celebrated Rooster Teeth, and back in 1969, I was in the parade and everything. It was so much fun. However, today's day is going to be a lot different for the Roosts, which are seniors that are graduating from high school. It's not the same. It's I'm sure they're celebrating a little bit like in their houses or something, but usually they party for 3 weeks, and the last day is Syttende Mai, and they get these little luas, you know, Roosalua.
Yeah.
And but it's sad for them, but it's also sad for our seniors here in America too, but it's for everybody. But congratulations, gratulere med studere. Hope alt går godt for dere. Ha det.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. And yeah, and if anyone else wants to share, or if you don't want to raise your hand and you just want to say something, you'll show up. It doesn't hurt my feelings. You have to unmute yourself, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to share something. Janet has been in the habit of making hundreds of Norwegian waffles on the 17th of May every year, and this year, of course, with having a virtual celebration, she's kind of sad about not being able to do that. So we were going to make some Norwegian waffles this afternoon and have coffee. And if you guys keep it quiet and don't say anything, I'll tell you that we might sneak over to the grandkids and share some of those waffles with them this afternoon to celebrate Syttende Mai as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Karen. I couldn't figure out how to raise my hand again, but anyway, so am I on or not,
Yeah,
Heather?
we see you.
Okay. I just wanted to say that we were lucky enough to be in Oslo one year for the Syttende Mai parade, and probably 10 or 15 years ago. And we stood in front of the hotel, and everybody walked by, and the bands played, and it was really great fun. But one of the funniest things that we noticed was, as all the students are going by, every now and then a teacher would run into the student group and get somebody to get them off of their cell phone.
Nice.
That's all I had to say.
All right, I see Eric has his hand up. Oh, I'll unmute you.
Actually, yeah, that's it's my mom's hand, actually. Go ahead, Mom.
Hi, everyone. I missed not being with you today, but I just wanted to share that last year I had the pleasure of being in my hometown in Norway, southern Norway, Syttende, for the first time since I was 13 years old. So it was a big treat to be back for Syttende Mai last year, and it was a beautiful day in Norway last year. So that was very special.
That is so cool.
And I'm celebrating today by celebrating the independence of Norway and the joys that Norway brings. I was able to go to Norway in the summer of 2016 and visit my bestemor's hometown, and it was just great. And before we left, I learned a little bit of Norwegian, and I'm learning a little bit here and there, but it was just a beautiful thing, and I was able to go to Preikestolen too, but I really want to go on Syttende Mai as well one day, so that's my hope.
But we'll have ice cream today.
Oh yeah.
And maybe a waffle if we can get motivated.
Right.
Good move. I like your flags.
Thank you.
All right, I see that Bill has his hand up.
Hey, yeah, Bill and Kathy. Maybe show our shirts here. Here, let me bend it down. So Kathy wore her rose mulling shirt. I don't know where you got it.
I got it at the convention last year.
Oh, the convention. Okay, she got it at one of the hawkers at the convention, I guess, last year. And the shirt I'm wearing, let's see if you can see it. Anybody read that?
Vesterheim.
Vesterheim. Those of you that know me, I'm into Norwegian American history. I've given several talks on it, various places, but anyway, that's one of the best places for Norwegian American history. So, but the most important thing I want to show you, do a little hawking here. If you guys want the best ice cream, this is the one. Tillamook, you cannot beat it. We were in Bandon, Oregon last year, and Tillamook is just up the coast from there, but that wasn't the reason we got Tillamook. But someone told me about it, and I tried it. It's the best. So they do carry it at Kroger, if you're interested. I don't know how many of you tried it.
Okay, you don't need to.
Anyway, this is the greatest. I don't know about this one. I like Rocky Road, but it's not available. I guess high demand, so I'm stuck with peanut butter and chocolate.
I've seen that, but I didn't know how good it was.
It tastes pretty good. All of them are good. And I'll tell you, you'll never go back to any other brand.
So that's Norwegian brand ice cream?
It's Oregon. Is that close enough?
Oregon, okay.
Yeah, Tillamook. They make the Tillamook cheese. So they got Norskies there. But anyway, it's great ice cream.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
All right, here's Haley. I see Haley's up.
Oh, hi. I dag skal jeg ferie med Lars. And so Lars and I will eat a lot of ice cream today. If you are free later at 5 o'clock and want to continue your celebrations here in New York, the Norwegian Church in New York is going to have at 5 o'clock a musical concert. And so if you want to enjoy some more singing and toast with some champagne, that's also happening at 5 o'clock.
At the church?
They're streaming it from the Norwegian Church in New York. So if you want to listen to some music,
so is that on Facebook?
Sung by the New York choir, the church choir.
Awesome. That sounds great.
I'll share a link in the chat window.
Thank you, Haley.
Welcome.
All right, here's Bob. Bob has his hand up. Oh, Bob, I don't know if we can hear you. There you go.
It's actually Louise. And
oh, sorry.
Since we're showing off t-shirts, Bob and I are wearing our Detroit Norwegian t-shirts, which I think several others are wearing. And our lodge still has a supply of these, and I have them for sale. They're $18. You can email me if you want to buy one at nordkap@detroitnorwegians.com, and I can take care of you.
A lot of people,
advertisement.
Yeah, a lot of people want to look like me, and it's a very popular look. So the T-shirt is everything. And if you want to look like me, the first thing you do is get one of these T-shirts. If you don't have one, get one.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. All right, we have David and Yana Thompson. I'll unmute you. Hello.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say happy Syttende Mai to everyone, and I'm happy to have my daughter Yana here, who is among those seniors in high school who have to graduate from a distance. But I'm happy to have her here this year for this one. I suspect next year you'll be at Purdue University and not here for Syttende Mai. But I'm happy to have you here and to be with all of you here virtually.
And I'm happy to be able to celebrate from home, even if it just means a couple flags and wearing my red, white, and blue. But yeah, I'm really happy to have been part of the celebration this year, even if it's from home.
And we're happy that ice cream is part of it. So,
yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, and congratulations on your graduation. I'm sorry that this like happened, but you are loved.
I think Dave Thompson and I should have a gray beard competition here.
Yeah.
You can take pictures of that and post it to our Norwegian Facebook
All right,
page.
the challenge is accepted.
Nice. I'm wearing my Norwegian soccer shirt today, and every day of this pandemic, actually, I've been wearing my Solja earrings. They're supposed to keep away trolls, so I figured that they would also keep away viruses. So I ordered them from Ingebrigtsen's online. So. All right, thank you guys for sharing. That was so cool. And at the very end, if you have something else that you want to share, you are totally welcome to. Next up, we have Bob Giles, the past president, to give us instructions for the very first virtual cod toss. So in just a moment, I'll get Bob Giles up. Here we go.
I am unmuting here. Well, let me ask you something. Do we have that video of a cod toss?
We do. Do you want me to show it right now?
Sure. I'll just say this. For those of you who have participated in the cod toss before, you probably know what it's all about. But there may be 2 or 3 online here who have not done a cod toss. So we have a little video to explain what it's all about. So Heather, if you'd roll that video.
Yes, I will. Here we go.
Well, I hear no sound, but
oh,
well, you're
sorry. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. That was embarrassing.
Can you
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. We will start one more time. Okay. Here we go.
With Detroit area Norwegians and their friends gathered at the Swedish Club in Farmington Hills to celebrate Norwegian Constitution Day with food, fellowship, and games, none more popular than the cod toss. Overhand is one way to toss a cod, and there's underhand, and there's really underhand. You can even throw it like an Olympic hammer thrower. Whatever you do, remember to look out below.
That was great.
Nice.
Okay, so part of the problem we have today is that we don't have the full complement, nor do we have the space. We do have an interior in the house each of you are at where we can actually toss something. We don't have cod, I know. The closest I have to an actual cod this morning is this little thing here. And the problem is it doesn't smell like cod. It just, smells like whatever. So I'm gonna start out here. Now there's a cod right there. I'm gonna start out here by tossing this cod just to get things going. And I'm gonna show you a couple of things you can use to toss your cod. And what we're hoping to do is that each of you will, at your own house, determine who is the cod toss winner. We'd like that information back sent to us. Send it back to us. We'd like to know, and we will probably do in some form or fashion. We'll publish the winners. It's kind of going to be a group effort this year, but it's something we need to do just to keep this going. So I'm going to toss this cod here to a cod recipient.
Woo!
Oh my God. Okay, now what else can you use to toss a cod? Well, there are a lot of things you can do. You could use a baseball. I'm not going to use this baseball because that's the one I used when I tossed out the first pitch at Comerica Park a few years ago. I'm not going to use that one. A honeydew melon is good, but the problem with that is it splatters if it lands. It's all over the place. So your kitchen's going to be a mess. Not very good. Now, let's say you have a pair of really nice Norwegian socks like I do here. These are great. We'll roll them up, and then you've got a nice little thing here that's not going to break anything. And I'm just going to toss this over here to a Todd recipient again. See, that's great. And the nice thing about this is you get the cod back, or the thing you're tossing. So I hope that each of you have fun tossing your cod, whatever it looks like, whatever it smells like. And please let us know. And honey, what is the number, or what is the email address that they send that information back to us?
Well, it's the same one I gave for ordering your Detroit Norwegians t-shirt. It's Nordkap, Nordkap at DetroitNorwegians.com. And honey, the idea is to toss the codfish for distance, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I don't expect, some people have open plan homes, very popular, and you're going to get maybe a good 50 feet on that. But some people have, rooms all divided, traditional way, and maybe 30 feet. That's why, I really want this to be a group effort. So based on your home and the limitations therein, each one is going to be a winner, and each home will have a winner. Let us know. So anyway, that's your cod toss report for 2020 as we all deal with this COVID-19 situation. So over and out.
Great.
Oh, one more thing I was going to say we could toss. Lenny. But you have to be very careful. There better be somebody receiving it when you toss it, okay?
Could you toss it?
Oh, toss it this way. That's a great way to toss, Lenny. I didn't think of that. Thank you very much. Okay, good. Anyway, that's it.
That's amazing. I am really enjoying the everybody's chats that dirty socks would have a realistic smell, and the holy mackerel jokes I think are my current favorites.
Yeah.
Nice.
Set for the cod toss.
What?
We're all set to toss cod.
Nice. Ah! Perfect. All right. So with that, thank you for coming. Thank you, Bob, for sharing. We invite everyone in your family to make a good Norwegian lunch of hot dogs and ice cream and celebrate the day. Toss your cod or maybe your baseballs in the comfort of your homes. Happy 17th of Mai. In the very last few moments, if you could, before we all hang up or some people leave, we want to see everybody and give like a really good wave and like a hello. So if you are here and you're able to turn your video on and do like a good wave, and I'll unmute you so you can say hurrah and hello. That would be a great way to end our meeting.
No.
Too loud.
So here we go. I can see everybody. I don't know about you.
Haley, all I can see is you. And
let me.
Hey,
So,
can you tell us how many are on the video?
There are 22. So for me, up on the top right corner, I can click that like 4 little squares, or the 6 little squares all together. It lets me see everybody.
Wow.
In what's called a Brady Bunch
Right?
view.
Yeah.
Exactly, the Brady Bunch view. At least for me, I can see everybody. So. Hip, hip, hurrah!
Welcome, Madam McGuire. We're out for
All right. Thank you, guys. I love you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.